Sir, can we start allowing people to connect?
Definitely, yeah.
Go ahead, please.
So they are ready now.
think we can start. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on COVID-19 and engineers. I would like to introduce our key speaker for today, Mr. Tahir Javed. He is CEO of Power Services Limited, a subsidiary of HUBCO. An engineer by profession, Mr. Tahir Javed has over 30 years of experience in different, including IT, fertilizers, petrochemical, and power. During his career, he has held diverse roles in human resources, planning, material warehouse, E&I, project development. He is passionate about IT and field technology entrepreneur. He completed his bachelor's in mechanical engineering from UET Lahore in 1980. He completed his master's in engineering management from University of Houston, USA in 1984. I will be supporting Mr. Tahir during this today's webinar. My name is Naveed Rabbani. I am Manager Electrical Instrumentation at Hub Power Services Limited. I have around 13 years of experience in power sector, during which I have held key roles in project planning, electrical instrument and control functions. I completed my bachelor's in electrical engineering from NED in 2007, my master's in energy management from NED in 2011, and my master's in business administration from IBA in 2019. I would like to introduce the webinar norms for today. Please keep microphone on mute and switch off camera. Avoid sitting in noisy place. You are most welcome to ask questions via comment box during the Q&A session. The purpose of today's webinar. The purpose of today's webinar is to discuss the impact of COVID across the globe. How will it affect students and engineers? How can they prepare themselves? We conducted a survey of students at university through SurveyMonkey. I am thankful for the students and insight into what to focus on during our today's discussion. Responses were received from students of different departments and semesters. Majority survey respondents are students of electrical engineering. Respondents feel COVID will have huge impact on economy, jobs, and public health across the world. General perception is that COVID will be over and things will return to normal in less than 12 months. Majority students are enrolled on online learning platforms, but they are not spending enough time to take advantage of learnings that online environment offers. From survey, it appears time off during pandemic is considered as a spare time with little focus on self-development and learning. Technical skills are considered critical for getting job after graduation. Respondents perceive enhancing programming skills can be valuable. Majority students are expected to provide financial support to their households after graduation. Students have planned to join their own field of engineering, even if they have to compromise on salary, work location, and working hours. Power generation sector is preferred area for most of the graduates to work, considering their electrical engineering background. These were the key survey findings. Now I would like to request our key speaker for today, Mr. Tahir Javed, to please continue the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Naveed. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thanks for joining in. I think so critical subject है जिसके अंदर बहुत लोगों का फोकस है और बहुत लोग इसके बारे में बात करना चाहते हैं और समझना चाहते हैं. तो नवीद ने मुझे रिक्वेस्ट की थी कि एनडी का जो चैप्टर है फॉर इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग, उनमें इंटरेस्ट होगा कि इस किस्म की डिस्कशन की जाए कि इस वक्त हालात क्या हैं, एज ए एम्प्लॉयर हम क्या देख रहे हैं और किन चीज़ों को हम जो स्टूडेंट्स ग्रेजुएट करेंगे या जो अगले कई सालों में ग्रेजुएट करेंगे वो किन एरियाज में फोकस कर सके। और अब ये जो जूम है और ऑनलाइन मीटिंग्स हैं, दे बिकम अ नॉर्म। उसमें एडवांटेज तो ये है कि वी कैन रीच आउट टू मेनी पीपल, बट डिसएडवांटेज वी कांट सी दैट। सो उसका अपना डिसएडवांटेज है, लोग तो मिल जाती है, फील नहीं मिलती कि लोगों की क्या एक्सप्रेशन है। तो आई विल ट्राई टू गो वेरी स्लोली एंड मेरी आप सबसे गुजारिश ये होगी, जो भी आपके जहन में क्वेश्चन आए वो एंड पे ज़रूर कीजिएगा। अगर क्वेश्चन कमेंट बॉक्स में छोड़ना चाहते हैं वहाँ छोड़िएगा, लेकिन जितना आप इसको क्लियर कर सकेंगे अपने जहन में वो हमारे लिए और आप लोगों के लिए बेहतर होगा। एंड हमारे लिए भी एक लर्निंग प्रोसेस होगा कि आप इस वक्त इंजीनियर्स जो ग्रेजुएट हो रहे हैं या ग्रेजुएट होंगे अगले कई सालों में, वो कैसे सोच रहे हैं और उनकी सोच किस किस्म की है, और उस सोच को लेके हम उसका क्या एडवांटेज ले सकते हैं व्हेन वी आर हायरिंग पीपल। सबसे पहले हम स्टार्ट करते हैं इम्पैक्ट ऑफ कोविड के साथ। आई मीन सबने, कोविड-19 इज नॉट अ वर्ड व्हिच इज नॉट नोन बाय पीपल। दुनिया में इस वक्त 7.6 मिलियन प्लस केसेस आर रिपोर्टेड। डेथ्स हैव एक्सीडेड 4.25 लाख से ऊपर डेथ्स हो चुकी हैं। पाकिस्तान के अंदर काफ़ी तेज़ी से कोविड बढ़ रहा है और जो हमने सर्वे किया उसमें लोगों की नॉलेज हाउ टू प्रिवेंट इट देख के बड़ी खुशी हुई कि पीपल हैव वेरी डीप नॉलेज एज टू हाउ टू प्रिवेंट दिस एंड स्टे अवे फ्रॉम दिस डिजीज। पाकिस्तान में एज ऑफ यस्टरडे देयर वर 126,000 केसेस प्लस 2500 से ऊपर डेथ। लेकिन जिस तरह ये ट्रेंड चल रहा है, वी शुड सी अ पीक समवेयर इन एंड ऑफ जून एंड जुलाई। Naveed, can we move to the next slide? अच्छा, जरा कुछ थोड़ा पेंडेमिक्स पे बात कर लेते हैं सो दैट वी कैन मेक गेट आवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग राइट। क्या ये कोई चीज़ पहली दफ़ा आई है या इससे पहले भी कोई चीज़ें होती रही? गुज़िश्ता 500 से 600 सालों में मुख्तलिफ पेंडेमिक्स आए और उनमें से कुछ हो सकता है नाम आपने सुने हो, यू मस्ट बी familiar with it now. Black Death was the biggest one, जिसको प्लेग कहते हैं, यूरोप के अंदर बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग था ये। उसके बाद स्मॉल पॉक्स, ये काफ़ी देर तक चलता रहा। जो हमारी उम्र के लोग हैं या हमसे या हमारे पेरेंट्स हैं, दे आर मच मोर सिमिलर विद स्मॉल पॉक्स एंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ डेविस्टेशन इट डिड। स्पेनिश फ्लू, नाम इसका स्पेनिश फ्लू है, लेकिन बट anyway it started off in Europe post World War I and started spreading, and there were millions of deaths in each one of the pandemics which we saw in the last 500 to 6 years. अगर मॉडर्न डे एपिडेमिक्स के ऊपर आऊँ तो आपने अब ये सारे नाम सुने होंगे, जिसमें सार्स भी था, मर्स था, बर्ड फ्लू, स्वाइन फ्लू, एबोला, HIV. All of these epidemics are highly transmittable. They are the ones which have killed many people, maybe not to the levels which were done by earlier pandemics, but huge threat to the human lives. Previously, viruses used to take a much longer time to spread. लोगों की proximity नहीं थी, लेकिन international travel, people being more connected, going back and forth, आप लोगों ने सबने देखा होगा कोविड-19 किस तेजी से पूरी दुनिया में फैला, और शायद ही कोई मुल्क हो इस वक्त दुनिया में जिसके अंदर कोविड-19 के केसेस ना हो। ज्यादा कम हो सकते हैं, बट दे आर ऑल ओवर द प्लेस इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ। क्या ये बिल्कुल ऐसी चीज थी जिसका किसी को पता नहीं था? नहीं, पीपल हैव बीन वार्निंग अबाउट सच पेंडेमिक्स जो लार्ज स्केल के ऊपर आएंगे, बहुत तेजी से बढ़ेंगे और बहुत लीथल होंगे। पीपल हैव बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट इट, लेकिन गवर्नमेंट्स ने उसको पूरी तरह सुना, पूरी तरह उसके ऊपर अमल किया, उसका फुकदान नजर आता है और उस फुकदान की बेस के ऊपर वी सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग टुडे। अगर आप इंटरेस्टेड हैं टू अंडरस्टैंड कि लोग किस तरह वॉर्न कर रहे थे, बिल गेट्स की एक टेड टॉक है इस सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर विच ही डिड 5 years बैक। अगर आप उसको सुनेंगे तो इस तरह लगेगा कि वो जो आप आज देख रहे हैं वो सब चीज़ें उस वक्त वो प्रेडिक्ट कर रहा था, और उसकी प्रेडिक्शन की बेसिस सिर्फ उसकी नॉलेज नहीं है, वो उस वक्त की जितनी भी मेडिकल फर्टर्निटी थी उनकी अपनी मिल के नॉलेज थी which he was relating to relaying to the people in the TED talk। अच्छा, अगर हमारा ख्याल है कि वायरसेस आते हैं और चले जाते हैं, वायरसेस कभी ख़त्म नहीं होते, वो दुनिया में एग्जिस्ट करते रहते हैं। कई ऐसे वायरसेस हैं जो पुराने ज़माने के हैं विच एग्जिस्ट, लेकिन हमें उनके साथ रहना आ जाता है, और इसके साथ भी वी नीड टू लर्न टू लिव। इसकी पॉसिबिलिटी है मल्टीपल आउटब्रेक्स कैन हैपन, जिसका मतलब है कि ये अगले 5, 6, 8, 10 महीने में इतनी आसानी से गायब नहीं होगा जितनी लोगों की परसेप्शन है। सो इट विल कंटिन्यू। पाकिस्तान में बड़ी परसेप्शन थी कि जी ये वायरस पाकिस्तानियों को नहीं लगता फॉर सम रीज़न, क्योंकि हमने BCG के टीके लगाए हुए हैं या TB के टीके लगाए हुए हैं, या वी लिव इन एनवायरनमेंट which protects us from viruses, but we have seen कि virus has come to Pakistan, number of deaths are going up, number of people affected are going up। इसका जो कंट्रोल है वो है फाइंडिंग अ वैक्सीन। अगर मैं हिस्ट्री में जाऊं तो वैक्सीन हैव टेकन मच लॉन्गर टाइम टू डेवलप। इस वक्त ऑप्टिमिस्टिक व्यूज ये हैं कि मिड ऑफ 2021 में वी विल बी एबल टू कम अप विद अ वैक्सीन। लॉट ऑफ वर्क इज गोइंग ऑन, चाहे वो चाइना में हो रहा हो, चाहे जापान में हो रहा हो, चाहे यूरोप में हो, चाहे अमेरिका में हो, लॉट ऑफ वर्क इज गोइंग ऑन। इस वर्क जो इस बार रिसर्च चल रही है और जो इस बार लोगों की वैक्सीन के ऊपर रिसर्च है, उसके अंदर और पिछली वैक्सीन के डिफरेंस ये है, इस वक्त आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम्स, जेनेटिक्स जो पिछले कई सालों में अपनी अपनी प्रोग्रेस की हैं, उनकी वजह से वी मे बी एबल टू फाइंड वैक्सीन मच फास्टर देन वी कुड फाइंड अर्लियर। नवीद अगले। ओके, अच्छा, इस इम्पैक्ट क्या है, कोविड का इम्पैक्ट क्या हो रहा है? अगर हम दुनिया में देखें तो देयर इज इकोनॉमिक मेल्टडाउन, सिंक्रोनाइज्ड मेल्टडाउन। सिंक्रोनाइज्ड मेल्टडाउन का मतलब ये है कि जब प्रीवियसली कुछ होता था, या चाहे आप ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस के ऊपर आ जाएं या सार्स के ऊपर आ जाएं, तो दुनिया के किसी एक हिस्से में होता था, और उस हिस्से में जब होता था तो बाकी दुनिया प्रोटेक्टेड रहती थी एंड दे वर नॉट अफेक्टेड इकोनॉमिकली। अनलकीली कोविड के केस में ये नहीं हुआ, पूरी दुनिया में फैला, पूरी दुनिया में इकोनॉमिक मेल्टडाउन शुरू हुआ जो आप देख रहे हैं। जस्ट टू गिव यू सम नंबर्स, बिफोर पेंडेमिक एक्सपेक्टेड GDP ग्रोथ वाज 2.8%, और ये पिछले साल थी 3.1%, which was 2019। लोगों की एक्सपेक्टेशन थी कि there will be slow down and it will be 2.8%। सॉरी, मेरा घर जरा रोड साइड के ऊपर है, तो देयर वाज अ ट्रैक्टर ट्रॉली गोइंग। आई एम सॉरी फॉर द एक्स्ट्रा नॉइज। सो बहरहाल, आई मीन वी हैड 3.1% लास्ट ईयर, एक्सपेक्टेशन वाज 2.8% दिस ईयर। ये पूरी हर डेवलप्ड, अंडर डेवलप्ड, डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज की एवरेज थी 2.8%। इस वक्त वी विल सी अ लॉस ऑफ GDP, ग्रॉस domestic product, which is total revenue generated by the countries, and it would be around 0.7%, which is a loss of 2.1%, which amounts to trillions of dollars in GDP loss। इस पूरी पेंडेमिक में जब आपकी GDP कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेगी, and you must be seeing के एंटी ग्लोबलाइजेशन प्रेशर्स आ रहे हैं। एंटी ग्लोबलाइजेशन प्रेशर्स आर कि अगर पहले देखें कि चाइना, अमेरिका, इंडिया, all countries were connected each other and they were trying to work with each other in terms of their supply chain। जिस वक्त ये जीडीपी ग्रोथ कम होगी तो इकोनॉमीज विल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट और उनका इमीडिएट इफेक्ट जो होगा विल हैव इफेक्ट ऑन इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड. Numbers can fall by 13 to 32%. International trade में Pakistan exports textile, so that might get affected. Foreign investments in other countries will get affected. Air travel, everybody knows, is going to get affected. So those are the kind of things which will get affected right away and are affected at this point of time. जब हम इससे निकलते हैं तो losers industries कौन सी होंगी? Hospitality, which is hotels, उस किस्म की industry, they will be the losers. Airlines will be the losers. Restaurants, tourism, rental real estate. Commodities, iron, steel की तरफ मेरा इशारा है, chromium, oil, coal. जब economies GDP growth कम होगी तो these commodities demand will go down. And so if there is less demand for iron and coal and other things, and there is a less international trade, shipping will get affected. So just trying to tell you कि जी कौन सी industries जो हैं, either they are related to people aggregating, जहाँ पर लोग जमा होते हैं, जिस तरह restaurant, airline, hospitality है, या tourism है, or या other industries which will get affected will be because of the slowing down of economic growth in the world. इनमें जहाँ losers होते हैं वहाँ पर there will be people who will be gaining. Communication is one. आपने खुद देखा होगा communication के जो platforms हैं, mobile applications हैं, all of these things have just rocketed. Zoom का हो सकता है आप लोगों को नाम पता हो, मुझे तो इतना नाम नहीं पता था Zoom का, and the product was there. Product was at the right time, and this pandemic pushed it to become a platform of choice. Pharma, I mean, this industry is going to grow because a lot of healthcare के ऊपर मेरे ख्याल focus आएगा, governments का public health के ऊपर आएगा, and pharma industry के अंदर growth आएगी. The third industry which will grow will be healthcare, hospitals है या certain other facilities which are related to healthcare, they will grow. जब वो industries grow करेंगी तो उनकी downstream industries will grow also. Online retailers, जहाँ पर लोग पाकिस्तान में भी दराज and there are other retailers which are becoming bigger. अगर आप खाड़ी पे जाएं तो खाड़ी, you can go and buy a suit within the shop, but people may choose to go and buy it online. इन सब का जो aggregated effect होगा, certain kind of things will go up, certain kind of markets will go down. और ये चीज़ आपके लिए important है to understand कि कौन सी industry is going to grow and how do you align your skills, your expectations for the market to the industries which are going to grow. Business to recover fully from the shock will take lot of years. Many years will be there before they really come back to where they were earlier. इसी process में lot of businesses will cease to exist, and there will be a permanent changes to business which will happen. अगर मैं अपनी industry की बात करूं, उसके अंदर we have an office in Ocean Tower hub के अंदर, जिसके अंदर हम 2 floors occupy करते हैं, और उन 2 floors के ऊपर इस वक्त मेरा ख्याल है we used to have 180 people, इस वक्त मेरा ख्याल 15 या 20 लोग होते हैं. All rest of us are working from home. Or working from home में there were challenges. They will try to understand because time को manage करना, time को लेके चलना और अपने आप को motivate रखना to be able to perform, उसके अंदर challenges आते हैं. So we'll be learning how to deal with the challenges and आप लोगों को different challenges आए in terms of physical classrooms, moving to virtual classrooms, and on and on. So these are the kind of things which will happen not only in businesses, but will also happen in education. How you get education, how do you acquire education, how do you acquire knowledge. So all of these things appears to be changing. आप predict कर सकते हैं, आप uncertainty से नहीं कह सकते, लेकिन but this is how it appears right now. Next page कर देते हैं. Okay. Continuing on impact of COVID, जिस तरह मैंने आपसे जिक्र किया कि the GDP will slow down worldwide. We can expect 2.7% negative growth worldwide. So कुछ economies में वो ज़्यादा होगी, कुछ economies negative में जाएंगी, कुछ economies may be slightly positive. India would be slightly positive. China would be slightly positive. Pakistan के अंदर we would have challenges to be positive in the GDP. Just looking at numbers, Great Depression, अगर किसी को इल्म है, Great Depression, when we refer to, is a depression which happened due to a stock market crash in US in 1939. And उस ज़माने में जो unemployment growth थी was over 25-26% in US. Right now, I mean, worldwide, 305 million jobs have been lost just in quarter 2, 2020. Unemployment rates are not limited to developing countries or developed only advanced countries. They're all over. Just to give you data which is more published data from US, it is at 15% and growing in US. America के अंदर total working population is around 149 million people, and right now 15% से number increase करके has gone up, and there are approximately 40 million people who are on or under unemployment right now. इसको अगर compare करना है number से कि what is the severity of this number, Q1, which is the January to March का number, the unemployment rate in America was 4%, and now it is in more than 15% right now. So that is the impact of coronavirus on US economies. When we look at other economies, similar things have happened in other economies, चाहे वो पाकिस्तान हो, चाहे India हो, चाहे Japan हो, lot of countries. China is going to get hurt because lot of people over there were in industries which were export industries. अगर consumption कम हो जाती है दुनिया में, तो वो export industries will suffer and the unemployment rate will go up in China also. इसका effect public at large को क्या होगा? Lot of people from Pakistan and other developing countries used to go to places like US, UAE, Saudi, Europe, and whatever not. We could see foreign workers returning, and which is happening in Saudi and other places. And the other thing which will happen, जब आपकी economies खराब होंगी, तो governments will try to move to curb immigration to their countries, चाहे अमेरिका हो, चाहे कनाडा हो, and whatever not. इससे पहले लोगों को बड़ी आसानी से immigration मिलती है. एक reaction जो इस COVID का होगा is to stop people coming from to their countries. Anti-globalization set in करेगी, जिसका मैंने पहले भी जिक्र किया था, जिसके अंदर economies, Western economies ने अपनी सारी manufacturing और back office work जिससे आप वाकिफ होंगे, came to countries like India, some came to Pakistan, China, and all these kind of countries started to get a back office work and created a lot of employment over there. Anti-globalization में जहाँ पर आपकी अपनी economies के अंदर इतने high unemployment rates होंगे, तो there would be lesser work opportunities for immigrants. There could be effect on back-end office work in third world countries, in underdeveloped countries and developing countries. So that would be there. क्या impact कुछ लोगों पे different होगा या कम होगा, ज़्यादा होगा? I think so. The effect will be there worldwide, and including Pakistan, which is part of this whole big economic network. कुछ अर्सा पहले से this was a subject which I was interested in कि how would job market look like in 2040? किस किस्म की स्किल्स चाहिए होंगी, किस किस्म के मार्केट डिमांड्स होंगी, लोग काम कैसे करेंगे. Somehow pandemic ने उस चीज को एक्सेलरेट कर दिया. And you people are lucky that you are part of engineering, which is going to be a growing field in future. अगर आप किसी और सब्जेक्ट में होते तो या लिबरल आर्ट्स में होते, certain subjects will have challenge, but I think so engineering and science and technology will have much bigger opportunities than other technologies. What will happen is some jobs will vanish forever. और मैंने बैंक टेलर का एग्जांपल जान के उठाया था. मैं ये काफ़ी एग्जांपल देता हूँ अपनी कंपनीज में. आप सब लोग उस जनरेशन से बिलोंग करते हैं जहाँ पर इंटरनेट इज समथिंग यू वर बोर्न विद. जो फोन्स हैं लाइक द स्मार्टफोन्स आर समथिंग व्हिच यू लिव विद. So I mean those kind of things are just part of your life. So it's nothing some different. अगर मैं देखूं तो बैंक के अंदर हमारे ज़माने में लोग जाया करते. We used to go to the bank, we used to take a check, we used to get a token, we used to stand in a line, get our check cashed and come back. Or write a check, send it to somebody who used to say कि जी पता नहीं पहुंचा नहीं पहुंचा, and then whenever they reached it, they used to put the money in the check into the bank and got it cashed. So the interaction was through a bank teller who was sitting behind a window, and you were transacting all these financial transactions through them. What has changed? So I have a mobile phone on which I have a mobile app, and that mobile app helps me to move my funds across to K Electric, Sui Southern, make any payment to the bank, to the credit cards, make payment to any of the, just about anybody I want to make a payment to. I can make payments. Second, if I have to get money out, आप सब वाकिफ हैं, सबके पास ATM cards होंगे, you go to an ATM, take money out. So you'll see over a period of time, just to give you just sense what I'm talking about, the bank teller job will cease to exist because we'll not need it. I was before COVID, I was in China. पिछले कई सालों से चाइना जा रहा हूँ. So now the economy in China converted into a cashless economy. So आप currency लेके आप कहीं cash नहीं कर सकते. तो Alipay और VPay, जो WeChat का और Alipay is Alibaba, you just go and pay money through that. And suddenly the ATMs are gone in China, बड़े cities के अंदर. The cash की transactions are gone. So it will make certain kind of jobs non-existent because they've been replaced by technology, and that is what is going to happen. And that is where AI and various artificial intelligence and technological advancements will come in and start replacing jobs which are of lower value, which are monotonous, which are repeatable, and where the robots can come in, where bots can come in. आप लोग वाकिफ होंगे कि चैट बॉट्स क्या होते हैं. So all those kind of things will come in. हम अगर फ्यूचर में देखते हैं तो हमें नजर क्या आता है? What kind of words will be used? What kind of technologies will be emerging in future? Artificial intelligence for sure. Machine learning, जहाँ पर machine starts because of artificial intelligence, it starts learning the process and becomes better and better. आपको most probably you could recall कि IBM Watson had a chess match with one of the grandmasters of chess, and after a couple of games, IBM Watson could beat the chess master. So अगर किसी ने chess खेली है आप में से तो it's a very highly complex game. After a while it becomes, because there are so many permutations to it. So that's where the replacements is going to come in. Internet of Things, because you are all electrical engineers, you know कि edge computing के ऊपर internet devices are getting placed. So there is huge amount of data coming in. So ये किसको replace करेगा? The people who are collecting data. So data is coming to me through IoT devices. So I don't need to ask somebody to go and collect data. Wearables and augmented humans. Wearables आपको पता है. I mean, you got devices which simple devices like Fitbit, which looks at our health, which monitors certain things, and those kind of things will happen. Big data, everybody understands that as IoT and other intelligence systems come into play, the amount of data getting generated is in terabytes in a day. So that's the big data, and then there will be systems which will be able to work through the data. Digital twins, it's not a human twin, but what it's a like human twin is a digital twin. What we are doing, we did a project with General Electric at our plant in Hub, where a digital twin was created for one of our steam turbines. So what it has is a physics model behind it, which looks at or behaves like a steam turbine, but in a software. So now, as you run the steam turbine, this digital twin follows that steam turbine based on the physics model it has. As you run the steam turbine over a period of time, the digital twin starts learning. And then it can give you insights into operability. It can give you insight into future maintenance, deteriorations and whatever. That's what digital twin. Natural language processing, you see more and more happening. Now you can dictate a letter into your computer. I recently talked to somebody and they have replaced the call centers with natural language processing chatbots. So, I mean, that is the direction which is going. Computer vision and facial recognition, you must have come across as part of your projects. Autonomous vehicle, everybody knows what those are. And 5G is coming, robotic process automation, genetics, and genomics. So these are the various emerging technologies and areas which we are looking at. So we have painted a very bleak picture of what is happening right now. But I think so. If you start understanding what reality is, you will have a better plan for addressing and fighting it. So मेरी आखिरी स्लाइड है जिसमें सब आपको बैड न्यूज़ दे दी मैंने, क्या चीज़ें ख़त्म हो रही हैं. I want to focus on you as a person, you as a person who's going to look for a job, and the question come to mind, यार मैंने सब कुछ सुन लिया, what do I do now? मैंने इसका थोड़ा सा जिक्र किया था कि you are lucky to be STEM graduates. STEM graduate is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because if you look at whatever I have talked about, उनकी सबकी foundation is technology, engineering, mathematics. Those are the basis of technology. You as an engineers are exposed to mathematics. You are exposed to certain way of thinking. So if you spend that time in developing that thinking, I think so you are positioning yourself right for the future in post-corona times. So that's critical. Try to understand this thing. If you are medical graduates and engineering graduates, biotechnology, genetics, those are the areas which will tend to grow. And I'll briefly talk before we end and open up is, अगर नवीद मुझे remind करें, is इस pandemic में जो civil या liberties के ऊपर जो issues आए उनके ऊपर बात करूँगा. If I look at three skills which I tell people कि if I were to sum up कि यार future किस तरह मुझे नजर आ रहा है, and how do I sum up them into what skill, how should I think about future? I think so. I normally use these three words: learnability, flexibility, and adaptability. What is learnability? Uh, I'll give you an example. When we started, I graduated in 1980, so I did my FSc in 1975. So when I graduated in 1975, it was very simple. So in metric, we used to decide we want to be an engineer or a doctor. So you became an engineer, you went to technical drawing and mathematics, and then you became a doctor by taking biology. So we did our FSCs, we passed it, and then we joined engineering, and then we joined a job, and everybody hoped this job will take me to retirement. So that's how the careers developed, and they went into silos, and they grew in silos. So जो हमने engineering सीखी थी यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर, उसको लेके हमें उसको build करना था, and that's what Naveed Rabbani has done, and that is what a lot of people have done. What is change now? Change is the rapid change of technology is changing systems. अगर आप अपनी महदूद जिंदगी में देखें, the amount of changes which have hit the world in last 10-15 years is probably 1,000 times bigger than what we saw earlier. And those changes will keep on happening. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि I may or may not have a career path which can be defined today in very, very specific terms like mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, science, technology, MBA, bank, or whatever. Things will keep on changing. So the skill required is learnability, means that I'm going to learn something, then I might have to unlearn that thing. Then I might have to learn something else. And people who develop this learnability as a skill will be able to be successful. If you recall, we had Google search engine. Google search engine के ऊपर then map आया, map के ऊपर उसकी applications आई, and then people started learning how to do different things. So learnability is one skill which I tell people is not only connected to students which are doing graduation right now or will graduate in over a period of time. It applies to me as well. I have to learn or unlearn many things to move forward in the times we are sitting in. That's one. So what is flexibility in relation to learnability? Flexibility is about thinking about careers which are not centered like it was for us. कि हम mechanical engineer बने तो सारी उम्र हम mechanical engineer रहेंगे and on and on. If you look at my career, I started off as mechanical engineering, and technically as a mechanical engineer, I have never worked as a mechanical engineer. So I worked in areas which were always different. They were always totally different than what I did a few years back. So at least that helped me to understand कि job की flexibility क्या होती है. और जब भी आप नए जॉब में जाएंगे, इस किस्म के जॉब में आएंगे, तो लर्निंग आपका कर्व जो है वो दोबारा से स्टार्ट होता है. What is changed now? That you might have a totally different career. So you might have to learn about a career. So I gave you an example of a bank teller. So bank teller, if he is not on learnability and flexibility, he or she will find themselves out of job, without skills which can get them jobs. Or अगर आप देखेंगे future में, you will find a lot of mid-career people out of jobs, and that is the challenge which will be there. आपका advantage ये है because you are graduating now. You've seen the worst right now, and you're also trying to understand what are the skills which could be important, what kind of technologies will be there. Adaptability is about what we are doing today. So coronavirus hits us, and we have to adapt to a new way of living. So that is an extreme example, but there could be many examples. So just leaving you with the thought that if I were to go and look at my career today, so I need to be able to learn, unlearn, and then learn again, and maybe unlearn again. And I need to be flexible in terms of the career expectations, and in terms of timing I work, locations I work, and as the circumstances change, how can I adapt myself? So these are the 3 points I want to leave with you. If you have affordability, I would suggest you to go to school and learn new skills if you can do it today. If you can't do it, focus on online learning and opportunities relating to new skills. मेरा ख्याल आपके पास choice नहीं है. You have to develop ability to learn new skills, ability to adapt, and be flexible to do both of these things. There are kids. मैं अभी एक साहब से मिला जहाँ पर Ignite. I'm not sure how many people you know. Ignite is a incubation center which is funded by all telecoms, and they do incubation for national incubation centers, which is government-run IT centers, and I was amazed at looking at number of development, especially in IT, by kids who never had careers in IT. So I saw LUMS graduate, I saw a graduate from NAST, I saw a graduate from many places who had taken on entrepreneurship as something which they had started on, and developing apps and not wanting to go into careers which are the classic corporate careers. But that's a choice they made. So that is one option. A new terminology which has emerged, which is gig careers. Gig careers का मतलब ये है कि जो contract के ऊपर काम करते हैं, they're not connected to any company. They go work for a company on a contract and go out. So I was talking to people and I understood कि gig contracting या gig career के ऊपर there are a lot of kids who are working right now, who go on to websites and where work is farmed out. They pick up work from there. They make dollars for this, and Pakistan में gig working से approximately $100 to $150 million का revenue generate हो रहा है, जो सिर्फ young kids working on gig careers and trying to do that. Lamana, if you're going to go into the job market, you can expect fierce competition. Fewer jobs will be there, definitely. And the competition would be tough. So from an employer point of view, when I look at hiring people, I want to tell you what I would look for. So मेरी नवीद रबानी से इसके ऊपर काफ़ी बात हुई कि अगर हमने कल हायर करने जाना है तो हम क्या देख रहे हो, वो व्यू हम आपको देना चाहते हैं कि हम as employer, as somebody who deal with new entrants, उनको मैनेजमेंट ट्रेनिंग के तौर पे लेके आते हैं या ट्रेनिंग्स के तौर पे लेके आते हैं, तो उनको हम किन स्किल्स को आज देखना चाहेंगे. Everybody wants to understand if you have developed technical skills, and that is the minimum, because now you're in competition. So people who have developed skills, technical skills, will be the ones who will have an edge. Will technical skills alone give you an edge? No. Because technical skill alone cannot give you edge, because that is one part of the equation. Human beings are multidimensional. You look at human beings in multiple ways. So one skill cannot qualify you. What other do you need? You will get questions like, what did you learn during pandemic? I was looking at the survey. I had a lot of discussion with Naveed on that. And somehow, that's my perception. I could be very wrong. The amount of time spent on learning didn't outweigh online gaming. Let me put it this way. But people will look for answers from you. आपने सीखा क्या? आपको एक opportunity मिली थी, एक break मिली थी. How did you improve yourself? Third thing would be communication skills. How good you communicate, how good you talk to people. Communication skills के अंदर आता है कि empathy आती है, उसके अंदर EQ आती है, how receptive you are, what kind of listener you are, and whatever. As work can happen at various places, you could be digitally apart. You may not be in the same geographic location. Geographic ko chhod ke, maybe you're not in the same room. So people would look at people who display abilities to work in teams and collaborate with each other. And please do understand, we have tools to understand these things. We have set of questions, set of psychometric testing, which will look at these kind of skills and take it on. The fifth thing would be good online persona, because the interviews will be online. So you need to be comfortable with being online, being able to talk to someone you may or may not be able to see, or you may or may not be able to look at their expressions. So you need to be able to deal with this thing on online interviews and be able to develop that kind of skills. The last thing would be people would look at, can you work online? Can you work with minimal supervision? Because if you are working from home, which a lot of our employees are, it is with minimal supervision, because we can't put cameras in everybody's home to find out what a person is doing at that point in time. So it's different than office. So what we'll be looking for, people who are organized, who have disciplined behaviors, and those kind of things we'll look for. So if I were to recap what I've done for you is, Naveed started off with telling you what was your feedback. Then we moved into what is the condition of pandemic at this point in time. Then we moved into the effects of pandemic, which, in our opinion, and is not going soon. It is going to stay, and some market adjustment will be made. Businesses will get affected. People would have to look at new skills development. Employers would look at new hires in a different way. So this is how we structured our talk. I think so I've taken a lot of time for the talk, and I want to stop now. And I'm very thankful for all of you who have come in and listened to me and Naveed patiently. And I'm open to questions and any comments, or if any guidance you people can give us to improve our thought process, you're most welcome. Thank you very much. Naveed, over to you to moderate now.
For this interesting discussion, we have a number of questions. I will start with the first one. Mr. Saad Wasif has a question, and he has asked how companies are adopting IoT and what will be the future and impact of IoT in Pakistan.
IoT, I mean, when you're asking question, I'm assuming everybody knows what IoT is. So I'm not going to get into definition of IoT. We are seeing small startups. I can give you an example. I was looking at a startup which is an agri-based startup, जिसके अंदर उन्होंने small IoT devices लगाई हैं to look at moisture, look at temperature, look at moisture in various parts of the land, and all those devices talking back to this thing. So if you think IoT is not coming into Pakistan, people have taken it to to rural environment, or taking to rural environment and have implemented it there. So I see a huge market coming in, and IoT devices will become like your all refrigerators and all those things will become IoT devices, and so IoT will have a future. So if you understand IoT, you can do programming for IoT, you can talk to IoTs. I think so. That's a good start.
Thank you, sir. There is a second question. It's very interesting, actually. It's what is the future of AI application in civil services and armed forces?
I think so. They need to start with the I first. Artificial की तो नहीं, मेरे ख्याल है human intelligence ज़्यादा चाहिए वहाँ पे. I think so. E-governance में there's a lot of opportunities, and I think so. There is good initiative which is, or at least there is a good realization that some platform which needs to be used, which are intelligent and they can help. And armed forces में तो probably not lot is disclosed, but उनके जो early warning systems होंगे या missile systems honge, they probably are using AI today, and they are probably using it much more strongly.
Okay, sir. There is another question.
Sorry, because of that noise, I put myself on mute. So they are using it. So in armed forces, I think so. Artificial intelligence must be very, very prevalent. In governments, you will see it becoming more and more prevalent as they realize that they need to move to e-government, and there will be intelligence systems there. Ji.
Thank you, sir. There is a question from Ikra Naz. She is asking that, can you elaborate importance of genomics and its application in near future?
Okay, I am not very familiar with the field of genomics. If I try to go into it, maybe I'll make a mistake. Genetics, I'm more aware with the genomics. I'm not particularly aware of those fields. But if I look at the way the technology is progressing and the way the biotech is progressing, if I were to pick up 3 technologies for future, biotech is one, AI is another one. Those are the ones which will progress, and so we'll see quite a bit of progress in that.
He wants to ask what will be the future of mechanical engineers after this pandemic, and what will be the role of AI in mechanical engineers' job?
There are mechanical engineering multiple jobs, and Pakistan has certain and Pakistan doesn't have certain. ये आपको मद्देनजर रखना होगा. You will see some analysis which are being done. We'll see AI helping that, but it might be something which is not visible to you. So you'll see softwares के अंदर जो analysis softwares है, मैंने आपको digital twins की बात की थी. So those kind of things will have artificial intelligence built into it, and you will see that. For people who are working on field, like Naveed Rabbani works on a plant, you will start getting tools, let's say handheld vibration instruments, some devices, which will become more and more intelligent. So a lot of analysis will come out of that. So there will be impact of AI on mechanical engineering. Ji sir.
We have another question from Samira Siddiqui. She is asking how the world will manage unemployment when technology will replace humans.
Very, very interesting question and very intelligent question. I mean, This is something which a lot of people are thinking. And if I go to 2040, there are challenges, which is going to previous industry. If you understand, we are in the fourth industrial revolution. Previous industrial revolutions were steam engine, फिर उसके बाद jet age आई, and other technologies came in. Third was digital computers coming in, and digital controls, PLCs coming in. Fourth industrial revolution is, and all of that created a lot of jobs. Fourth industrial revolution, which we are in which we are entering into, and a lot of industries have gone into it, is purely genetic and AI based systems are which are replacing jobs. So if you are a technology person, I think so you are in good shape. And if you are an engineer, you will be in good shape because you are somebody who's demanded by the market. People who would be very, the kind of people which I talked about, Bank ने give an example दी थी. What is thinking is being done right now in developing countries is what they call as UBI, Universal Basic Income. They understand there will be a lot of people who will have skills which will not be transportable, or they will not be able to learn new skills. If they let them on their own, then they will become what normally unemployed people become. So they're looking at what they call as universal basic income, which will give people a basic income, people who are unemployed and whatever not. But the bigger challenge is for developing countries like Pakistan, where the challenge would be different. So I don't have a good answer for it, but it is something which is being debated, people trying to understand. One thing which might come out of it, the population growth might go down because future generations might look at opportunities, say the opportunities are not existent. So maybe the population growth goes down and some balancing act happens. But right now, it's one of the biggest issues which is being debated in terms of socio-economic issue, which is going to come because of automation.
There is another question from Arman. Do technical skills matter more than soft skills?
ये एक duality exist करती है. I mean, you need both. You can't get away in your job with by talking nice, and you can't get away with job by only having technical skill, because you need to communicate those skills, communicate your point of view. So both are required. So soft skills are as important, as critical as technical. You need to have depth in both, and that's how you will succeed. You can't be successful if you're not able to communicate. I keep on giving example to people of communicating in simple manners, with simplicity. And one of the biggest example I can give people is theory of relativity ki jo equation E is equal to mc square. If I go back into the knowledge required to come up with that equation, I think so it is quantum mechanics and theory of relativity, and I can probably fill a room with the amount of work which is required to come up with that equation. Did Einstein make it simple to communicate? Yes, he made it very, very simple to communicate. So I think so both skills are important. So you need to understand, you need to be very deep technically, and then be able to communicate in a very succinct, simple, and a clear manner. And that, I think so, would make you a better candidate for employment. Ji.
There is a question from Khurram Khan.
Ji.
He wants to know, in electrical engineering, which specialization will have good prospects of growth?
Okay, anything to do with automation and the way the whole thing is evolving, be able to read devices, be able to manage devices, I think so. अगर previously अगर मैं कहूँ तो PLCs वगैरह थे, but things have moved even further from PLCs, from logic controllers to much more intelligent controllers. So there are technologies, there are softwares, there are areas which you can work in, and certain areas I had written down. What I would request Naveed is to, if people are interested, we can send this presentation. So, and I'll send you another document, Naveed, which talks more in detail. मैंने कुछ technologies उसमें से निकाल दी थी because it was becoming too long. So जो genomics का question था, maybe that question will get answered better because जिस चीज़ के बारे में मुझे पूरी तरह पता ना हो, normally I don't talk about it. So maybe if I accompany that document with the presentation, people will have a much deeper idea as to what is coming in the future.
Okay, sir, noted. There is another question from Uzair, and it's very different from rest of the questions. He wants to know your views about business, new business startup after pandemic.
अच्छा, अगर मैंने एक स्पेसिफिक जुमला ऐड किया था अपनी बायो के अंदर, जिसको नवीद रब्बानी ने खास लिफ्ट नहीं कराई. When I was in US, I was going to school at that time. I mean, school means I was doing my masters at that time. So masters से निकल के, so I am a technology failed entrepreneur also. So IT has been my first love and the last love. And Ahmad Aftab is sitting over here. He knows how much respect I have for this profession and discipline. And whenever there is a time-changing, when there is a new definition coming up, new things coming up, they don't come up very often. They come up after lots of time. So in my life, when I talk about technology, entrepreneurship, when I was doing it, we had entered into PC era at that time. The mainframes were going away, and computing power on the desktop was increasing, and we could see things to be highly networked, more decentralized computing will happen. And that's when we started a company to work on it. We were not successful because we ran into problems of markets going down in late 80s and early 90s. But within 3-4 years of that, and technically I missed the internet revolution by 4 or 5 years. I came back to Pakistan in 92. Internet revolution had started in 95, 96. When I was coming to Pakistan, it was the whole thing was in very bad shape. So if I have ever a regret in my life, that is my regret. If I had stayed for a couple of more years, I would have been part of internet revolution. So right now, you are in a zone which is as big an opportunity as Y2K was. So if somebody who is old enough, or you can talk to some people in IT who can recall what Y2K was 20 years back, that actually redefined everything at that point in time. Reason kuch aur thi. Y2K was just a thing which people thought is a bug in the software, but that spurred the growth of internet at that time. And so you see all online these things, and Bill Gates today, if you look at the companies, the top 5 companies are all startups. Microsoft ko le le, you take Facebook ko le le, and all these companies, WhatsApp ko le le, Amazon le le, and Uber ko le le, and all these companies are startup, and they're in the top 5 companies. Apple ko le le, and I'm a very big fan of Steve Jobs, so I mean, I just love what he did. So if you have that thought in your mind, and you have the passion in yourself to do this thing, I feel this is the time. If I was as young as you are, I think so. I still think about what to do. Can I go back and burn the midnight oil to do a startup? But I think so. Excellent opportunity. And if you're going to go look at these things, please go to Ignite, go to National Incubation Centers, NASCA Incubation Center, and try to look at what is going on. Please become more and more knowledgeable about where the world is going, what they're talking about, what is the debate which is going on, what are the technologies which are coming up, what is the socio-economic debate going on. So those are the kind of things you do. So, I mean, if you're thinking, best of luck, excellent opportunity in my mind to ramp up. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Now I will go to our last question for today. Mr. Hosaifa Jamal has asked, what technical skills do industrial engineers need in field of power generation?
इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग क्योंकि मेरी जो फील्ड थी वो भी इंजीनियरिंग मैनेजमेंट वाज एन आउटकम ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग. Industrial engineering technically teaches you how to improve processes, how to improve things. So I would focus, if I'm into process industry or power industry, so my focus should be on improvements. My focus should be on looking at failures, downtimes, software which will improve the effectiveness of the power plants, workflow के ऊपर काम करने का. So there are areas which people can think about and look at. जी Naveed.
Okay, sir. Sir, civil liberties during pandemic.
Okay. Okay. Just I'm going to leave this last thoughts with you, and so that you can understand where what is happening. 9/11 happened in US. So what happened was the whole security protocol changed in the world, and people were checked, frisked, and you used to go to international airports. People were being their communication were being taped and whatever not. What has happened now in this technology in today's world, if I am on WhatsApp, if I am on any of the application, the devices exactly know where I am and how many times did I took my device out, what places did I go to, which people I was close to, because it can pick up which mobile phones were close to me, and that's how they're doing the tracing. So that's how they're doing it. So if they are so knowledgeable about you as a person, that opens up a lot of debate on can somebody use it? Can somebody use it in a manner which is harmful? Because now people know exactly how you buy. So your digital persona is becoming very, very visible in the cloud. Somebody can build up that digital persona and I hope that nobody harms it, but there are areas. So you need to be more and more conscious of the private life which was there. It is getting encroached on. So when you're going on websites, you're going on internet, you're leaving your traces. So you're leaving your whole path you're taking on internet, and that's what worries me. And there are a lot of people who are now thinking if the governments are equipped with these kind of knowledge, or if the some enemy has this knowledge, then there could be issues which can crop up. So so there is a problem, there is an opportunity. So that is an area which will see a lot of opportunities and a lot of work which is going on, will go on. So I think so. I'll end up, and I don't know how many survive, but I still see quite a few people. So I'm very, very thankful to all of you, and for taking time out, coming to this webinar. I hope we were able to gives you some food for thought. Nobody can give you all the answers. Nobody can give you. We can only show you the path, and we can show you the path which has been traveled less right now, and you are going to make your choices how I go about it. I'll leave 3 words for you, which I talked a lot about, is learnability, flexibility, adaptability. At the end, please stay safe, please stay healthy, and God bless you, your family, and everybody around you. And thank you very much. I'm really humbled by your presence. Thanks. Allah Hafiz.